What's up, Gator Nation? What's up, Rolling with Carlos family? Jon Sumrall earlier this week provided his thoughts on a possible expansion on the 24 playoffs team 24 team playoff that is being talked about, and not shocking, but some shocking stuff, but not shocking to me. Will we lose the championship games if we go to the 2014 playoff? Yes, there won't be championship games. Would this add more flavor to the current bowl game format? Yes, it would. I'll read to you an article that I have here from Florida Hail, and the writer is Benjamin Henderson, and Sumrall is in favor of 24 teams moving to the playoffs. But before I read to you the article and then give you my thoughts, let's do a little trivia. Tony Miller set Florida men's basketball single game scoring record against Chicago State in February 1972. How many points did he score in that game? Again, Tony Miller set Florida's men's basketball single game scoring record against Chicago State in February 1972. How many points did he score in that game? I'll tell you at the end of the video. Let me go ahead and read to you the article, and then I'll give you my thoughts. We here at Florida Hail have argued against expansion of the college football playoffs past 12 teams. The way things are set up now, there's still a sense of tension in the regular season, and there are still real debates over who the 12 best teams in the country are. Once one starts getting past those 12, we start getting to teams who have no business trying to claim they are the best team in the country. So while we respect Jon Sumrall's rationale for why he would be in favor of the playoffs moving to 24 teams, Florida fans would not benefit from this expansion. I'll let you guys know if I agree with Florida Hail. Jon Sumrall favors 24 teams for the playoffs. The SEC is essentially the last holdout, standing in the way of playoffs staying at 12 teams and moving to a 24-team model. What's ironic is that most of the coaches and ADs who have spoken at the SEC spring meetings seem to be in favor of the playoffs moving to 24 teams. Sumrall is among the group. I think access is nice to have when you're at that level. I do think I've been on both sides of this now, and there are two deserving G6 teams in the 12-team playoff. I would question that. I think this league, top to bottom, is very challenging. I'm for a playoff expansion. I don't have time to figure out what all that looks like. I'm too busy trying to build a roster and coach our guys. But I do think more football is good football, in my opinion. And a lot of people say it will water down or whatever. I think people will still probably watch. So I got a pretty good hunch on that. Yes, people would still watch, but that doesn't mean that more is better. The twofold problem of a 2014 playoff is that it lowers the stake for the regular season. Once you start removing the tension from things that happen in the regular season, fans will find ways to tune out until the playoffs begin. No longer do October and November games feel like they have much more meaning, because everyone's fate will be decided in December and January. The other problem is that the 24-team system now starts to string along bad coaches who can now duck under the cover of, but I made the playoffs. There is a world where Billy Napier's 2024 in that conversation to make the playoffs, given Florida was in the top 20 computer rankings and the NCAA loves its computer rankings. If the powers that be created a system where every conference champion got an automatic bid and the field was still 24 teams, we could possibly be in favor of that, since the cutoff for large teams would still be around 16 ranked teams. But since the Power 4 conference would rather their 8 and 4 teams get an invite, we are stuck watching the slow disintegration of college football in front of our very eyes. I disagree that it's the disintegration of college football. You would have to just see if you want G6 teams still in it and not just conference championship teams. If you get conference championship teams only, then I would understand that, but you would still have at least one G6 team in there. I don't think this is the disintegration of college football, because I compare it to March Madness. You give an underdog a shot. Over time with NIL, I think NIL will eventually even out once it gets more regulated. So over time, I think the underdogs would have a shot. This is my opinion. But we would have to stop at 24 teams in the playoffs. No more, no less. I think this will bring more value to the bowl games, and I think less kids would opt out and transfer to another school if you have a 24-team playoff. So those are my 2 cents. I like the 12-team format, but I'm not saying that the 24-team playoff format would be bad. I think that in the long term, with tweaks and stuff, I think we would benefit from a 24-team playoff. That's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me get you the answer to the trivia question. Tony Miller set a Florida men's basketball single season game scoring record against Chicago State in February 1972. How many points did he score that game? The answer is 54. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Share this video out. Share the channel out so we can continue to grow. We're currently at 1,614 subscribers. We're halfway to getting halfway monetized, so we can start channel memberships. So once we get there and we're halfway monetized, I will announce it, and I will announce the different tiers of memberships and what the benefits are. But for now, you can continue to like, share, and subscribe. And also, another way you can support the Rolling with Carlos family and the Rolling with Carlos channel is by buying merch in the merch store. I will leave the link down in the description and in the comments, like I always do in most videos. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators.